Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to load some film into your Mamiya RZ67 film back. And now this is basically the same as if you have an RB67 as well, so this applies to both. So the first thing I want to note on the RZ67 is that if you don't have the dark slide in between the camera body and the film back, then when you go to detach the film back, this latch will not move and you will not be able to take the film back off. This is basically a prevention measure to prevent you from accidentally taking the film back off when you have film in it or accidentally exposing your roll. So in order to take the back off, you just need to place your dark slide in between the body and the back, and there are two white lines on the camera body that show where it goes in. So now you should be able to take the film back off of the camera by moving this latch over, and the back just comes right off. Now to open up the camera back, oh, I'm looking at the wrong side, there are two latches right here and they each just pop out, and then you can open up the back. Now this whole piece detaches from this part of the back, and this is where you're going to load your film into. So in order to load up a roll, you want to make sure that your take-up spool is on this side of your film back. And I will just load up a roll of Velvia 50. Normally you want to do this in subdued light. I've never had trouble. I usually will just stand in the shade even if I'm outside. I've never had trouble with exposing a roll of film, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. You take this paper piece off of your roll of film, and then to get the film into your film back, you just want to press down this little silver lever, and that depresses this. And you just line up the film into the top part, press that down, and then until that goes in right there. So now what you want to do is take your backing paper and you just roll it around this side of the film back like so. Just pull it, and then on this side you're just going to slip the paper, kind of hard to see, but you just slip it into a notch in the take-up spool, and then just turn. I usually turn slowly, make sure that there's tension on, that this is pulled tense against the back, and then you just continue to turn onto the take-up spool. Now you want to watch on this side for this start line, and you just want to line this up with this little white dot here. So you will just move it till it's there, and then you're ready to put this back together. So this hole right here lines up with this notch, and you just pop that right back on there, close the back up, and then push these two notches in. Then you just want to put the back right back onto the camera. You can line up this white square there with this red line. I usually like to do it like this to try to get them. It's usually a little bit tricky. Once those are lined up, then you just pull the switch down and it's back on. Now at this point, your marker here should still be at S for start. So in order to get to the first frame, you can either turn this, or you can just move the film advance. You should see the knob and the thing there, the counter advancing, and then it automatically locks up when you get to 1, and then you're basically ready to take your first shot. So once you have finished with your 10th shot, you just advance to the next frame, or in other words, advance to the end, and just continue to advance the film until you see it spinning very easily. Now at this point, what you'll want to do, if you haven't already done so, is put your dark slide in between the camera body and the film back. And then you can remove the film back by flipping the switch and popping these tabs open. Now your film should be entirely on the take-up spool, and to remove it you'll just push this pin down and take it out. Now 120 film rolls will have these tabs that you will eventually wrap around to seal the film to keep it from unrolling. And on Fujifilm they already have a sticky surface, so you just peel this open and you wrap it around your film and just seal it like that. And then you're ready to either ship it off to a lab to develop or develop it at home. Now with Kodak film, you'll actually have to lick the end of it like a postage stamp or an envelope and seal it up that way because it doesn't have an adhesive on it. And that's how you take film out of the Mamiya RZ67 film back.